History is full of brilliant minds who changed the world with their incredible inventions. But what happens when that same genius, that same drive to innovate, leads to your own downfall? It sounds like a movie plot, but for some inventors, their greatest creation became their final act. Today, we're diving into the tragic stories of 10 inventors who were tragically killed by their own inventions. First up is Franz Reichelt, the flying tailor. Back in 1912, Reichelt was convinced he had perfected the parachute suit, a wearable device that would save pilots from falling planes. To prove its worth, he decided on a dramatic public demonstration, a jump from the first platform of the Eiffel Tower. A crowd gathered, cameras rolled, but as he leaped, the suit failed to deploy. Instead of gliding to safety, it wrapped around him and he plummeted to his death. His bold attempt to revolutionize aviation safety became a public tragedy. Next, we have Thomas Midgley, Jr., a man whose inventions had a massive and often controversial impact. He gave us leaded gasoline and CFCs, which we now know caused widespread environmental damage. But it was a much more personal invention that ended his life. Later in life, Midgley contracted polio and was bedridden. To maintain some independence, he designed a complex system of ropes and pulleys to help him get in and out of bed. In a cruel twist of fate, he became entangled in the ropes and was accidentally strangled by the very device he created for his own aid. Our third story is that of the legendary Marie Curie. While she didn't invent a single device that killed her, her groundbreaking research was her undoing. Curie dedicated her life to studying radioactivity, discovering polonium and radium. In an era when the dangers of radiation were unknown, she handled radioactive materials with her bare hands, even carrying test tubes of radium in her pockets because she loved how they glowed. This constant high-level exposure took its toll. She died from aplastic anemia, a blood disease directly caused by her lifelong dedication to her radioactive research. Then there's Valerian Abakovsky and his futuristic aerowagon. Imagine a rail car powered by an airplane engine and propeller, designed to zip Soviet officials across the country at high speeds. In 1921, during a test run returning to Moscow, the aerowagon was traveling too fast, flew off the rails, and crashed. Abakovsky, the inventor, was killed instantly along with several high-ranking officials on board. His vision of high-speed transport ended in a catastrophic derailment. The American Civil War saw its own share of deadly innovations. Horace Lawson Hunley, a Marine engineer for the Confederacy, developed one of the first combat submarines, which was named after him, the H.L. Hunley. Submarines were risky technology back then, and this one was no exception. It had already sunk twice during testing, killing crew members each time. Undeterred, Hunley himself decided to personally command a third test dive in 1863. The submarine never resurfaced, and Hunley and his entire 7-man crew drowned, trapped inside their pioneering underwater vessel. From war to the quest for eternal youth, we have Alexander Bogdanov, a Russian physician, philosopher, and revolutionary. Bogdanov believed he could reverse aging and cure diseases through blood transfusions. He performed numerous experiments on himself, exchanging blood with younger, healthier individuals. He claimed it improved his eyesight and stopped his balding. But in 1928, his quest for rejuvenation came to a fatal end. He transfused himself with blood from a student who, unbeknownst to him, was suffering from both malaria and tuberculosis. Bogdanov's body couldn't fight off the infections, and he died shortly after. The dream of a flying car has captivated inventors for decades, but for Henry Smolinski, it became a nightmare. In the 1970s, Smolinski founded a company to create the AV Mizar. The concept was simple. Take the rear end of a Cessna aircraft and bolt it onto a Ford Pinto. You could drive it on the road, then attach the wings and fly. During a test flight in 1973, A critical weld on the wing strut failed. The wing assembly detached from the car mid-flight, and the Mizar plummeted to the ground, killing Smolinski and his pilot. Now let's turn to the world of printing. William Bullock revolutionized the newspaper industry with his invention of the rotary printing press in the 1860s. His machine was much faster and more efficient than previous models, printing on continuous rolls of paper. But in 1867, while installing a new press for a newspaper in Philadelphia, Bullock tried to kick a drive belt into place. His foot got caught and was crushed by the machinery. The wound developed severe gangrene, and he died during an operation to amputate his leg. Another pioneer who pushed the limits was Max Valier, an Austrian rocketry expert. In the late 1920s, Valier was fascinated by the potential of rocket propulsion and collaborated on building rocket-powered cars. He believed rockets could be the future of transportation. In 1930, while testing a new liquid-fueled rocket engine for one of his cars in his Berlin lab, the alcohol-based fuel exploded. A blast sent a piece of metal shrapnel directly into his aorta, killing him almost instantly. He died chasing his high-speed dream. Finally, we have Karel Sosik, a professional stuntman who built his own specialized barrel for daredevil feats. In 1984, he successfully went over Niagara Falls in his custom-designed barrel and survived. He became a celebrity. The following year, he planned an even bigger stunt at the Houston Astrodome. He was to be dropped from the rafters, 180 feet up, into a small tank of water. But something went terribly wrong. The barrel was released too early, missed the center of the tank, and slammed into the rim. Sosik was fatally injured in the crash. A tragic end for a man who had already conquered one of the world's most dangerous waterfalls. These stories are a powerful reminder that progress often comes with great risk. These inventors were visionaries who dared to dream big, but their passion and ambition ultimately led them down a tragic path. Their legacies live on, not just in the innovations they left behind, but also as cautionary tales of the fine line between genius and disaster. Thanks for watching. If you found these stories as fascinating as I did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the most incredible and sometimes tragic moments in history. See you in the next one.